Expect more hazy wake-ups before the season is through. Today's eerie sight clearing by midday, burnt off by a warm, sunny Saturday.
Well, it's time now for sport with Joshua Daw. And Josh, the reigning premiers are starting to make their move.
They are, Alice. It was far from pretty today, but they're heading home tonight winners, getting it done in a wet and wild finish at the MCG. Also tonight, why the Heat's turned up for the Aussies crunch match, and will practice make perfect after chaos in Austria. West Coast has leaped into third on the ladder with a come-from-behind win over Hawthorn, led by 5 goals from Jack Darling. The Hawks made the most of the wet conditions in the third quarter, but the Eagles found a way to steal it late. Nick Natanui returning unscathed. A minute left, all eyes on the ball, and one clean Cripps.
Cripps with a snap of grand proportions. They know how to do it, the Eagles. They know how to do it here at the MCG.
Enough in the end for a fairy tale victory.
And they've got there, and boy, did they have to work for it.
We fought pretty hard in the last little bit there, but to get a win, I don't think we've beaten Hawks in a while, so really good feeling.
Jack Darling made the torrential rain his best friend with 3 first-quarter goals.
Beautifully done. Guides it through, and the Eagles are back in front.
He'd finish with 5 and provide the crucial contest to set up Cripps' third.
It was one of those games that we could have lost very easily, so relief was the moment, was the feeling that I had when we won.
Having conceded 5 consecutive goals, the Hawks flexed their muscle after half-time, quickly cutting into West Coast's lead.
Burgoyne to the square, not on the same page. It might go through.
They hit the front in the final term, but the reigning premiers dug in. 15 disposals from Luke Shuey in the final term, influential in the fight back.
I think the collective of our mids lowered their colours throughout most parts of the day, and we challenged them at 3/4 time, and they responded.
Hawthorn left to rue their inaccuracies.
Our season's looking like we're just hanging on.
A hamstring injury to Mark Hutchings, the only sour note for the Eagles. Carlton is adamant it can fill the void of Patrick Cripps for tomorrow's clash with Fremantle. The Star Blue joined his teammates on Optus Stadium this afternoon as he recovers from a foot injury.
Restricted to the sidelines come tomorrow, Blue skipper Patrick Cripps took to the field today to watch his team prepare for their date with the Dockers.
It's really important that the group have him around, shares his knowledge and experiences, and obviously knows this part of the world really well.
Cripps made a promise to a special fan. He'll be back as soon as next week. Carlton, fresh off a bye, will depend on their younger players to fill the gap.
We've got Dow, we've got Setterfield, Samo Petreski-Seaton, good WA boy, Fisher, we've got Walsh, we've got a wealth of talent that will get an opportunity throughout the midfield tomorrow.
2 shoulder dislocations in the first quarter saw Swans ruckman Callum Sinclair out of their 7-goal win over the Suns.
Look at Sinclair, he's gone again. You just wonder whether he'll be able to continue now after a second flare-up on that shoulder.
Last night, the Cats were too good for the Crows. Patrick Dangerfield battling through a hip injury to help Geelong defeat Adelaide by 27 points.
Oh, it's good here, I tell you. That's what footy's about. No, just a bit of a hit pointer.
Keziah Dawn, 9 News.
To round 12 waffle results, and West Coast continued its good run with a 21-point win over South Fremantle. Subiaco held off the Falcons, while Peel Thunder smashed Swan Districts. Perth dealt comfortably with an inaccurate Royals, and Claremont picked up a crucial 10-point victory over the Sharks. Hours out from a trans-Tasman clash, Aaron Finch has revealed much of Australia's success at the World Cup has been about their mindset away from it. Despite already qualifying for the semi-finals, he says they won't be going easy in tonight's showdown with New Zealand.
They're the rock stars of the World Cup, and everywhere Australia goes, people want a piece of them. It's a surreal world they're living in, because to avoid what they call outside noise, they're living in a bubble.
In terms of papers, we don't have them around our team room. We don't have them around the dressing room. We've made a conscious effort of that over the tournament. Coming over here, we knew that there'd be some stuff written and there'd be some opinions had.
For 6 weeks they've been on tour, and for those playing in the Ashes, it's a 4-month trip abroad. So when not training or playing or planning for future games, getting time away from the sport is essential.
For me, that's cafes and golf. For Usman, that's shopping. He loves his shopping and things like that. A few of us play golf. Steve Smith still walking around his room with a cricket bat in his hand. So I think it's just totally different for everyone.
The Aussies' main threat is this man, Kane Williamson, averaging 138 with the bat, a tournament high. But he wouldn't give away who the Black Caps fear most.
Kane, who do you see as the key wickets in this Aussie batting lineup?
Yeah, look, they've got a very strong top order. They've been playing really well as well, the Aussie side as a whole. So, you know, naturally you're targeting anyone that's at the crease.
Tonight's match is between the top 2 teams in the standings, a rematch of the 2015 World Cup final, and it's going to be a hot one with London expecting a day of 33 degrees. At Lord's, Rob Canning, 9 News.
Freshly crowned world #1 Ash Barty has been dealt a horror draw at Wimbledon. She's a firm favourite against her first round opponent, but from there it gets a whole lot tougher. An opening meeting with China's Zheng Sai will be a perfect start for Ash Barty's week, but she's also projected to face Grand Slam champions in the 2nd and 3rd rounds, with Serena Williams also lurking in the draw. Nick Kyrgios, meanwhile, faces fellow Aussie Jordan Thompson first up. Manly's Origin stars have taken the points from the Gold Coast,
Jerry Evans hitting Moses Surley perfectly.
while Newcastle dashed away with a 14-point win over the Broncos. Last night, the Storm moved 6 points clear with a late win against the Roosters, but the headlines came from the Dragons, with Blues enforcer Tariq Sims facing a 3-week suspension for a hit on Michael Morgan. It's been a disaster-filled start to the Austrian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, the first to come unstuck in practice.
Which is Morse code for gentlemen, I rather got that corner a bit mucked up.
Just minutes later, Mercedes' Valtteri Bottas lost control at around 200 kilometres an hour. Then when the session restarted, Sebastian Vettel completed the trifecta.
Oh, there goes Sebastian Vettel, and we've got another.
All 3 drivers will take part in qualifying tonight. And the United States have set up a mouth-watering World Cup semi with England. Megan Rapinoe's brace securing a 2-1 win over the hosts. So well, it's great to see Nick Naitanui back in action for the Eagles.
Sure is.
Obviously, it's been a tough couple of years. Didn't have a great game, but with the Derby next week, he's fit and firing to go. And just before I go, of course, all the cricket tonight, you can catch it on 9GM, the coverage for Australia versus New Zealand from 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, fantastic. We'll be watching. Thanks, Josh. See you soon. Still to come.